I'll just speak for 1 minute and then we can start.
Yes, sir.
Um, quick thing that I wanted to get across today is the first that we're doing such a cool session. We've been meaning to do this for the past, I would say 3-4 months. So every Saturday we will nominate one person from our team to share something cool that they're working on, and that can be adopted to all the projects, right? So we sincerely believe, and Punith and I were on call at some 1 a.m. and I was giving so many fundas. We sincerely believe that there are a bunch of things that you can do on an everyday basis wherein you can learn new things, and that gives you like a linear rate of growth or learning. But there are some set of things that you do either in your free time or you're working on something and you think of it in the shower, or randomly that strike you. And when you actually learn these things and implement it, it can give you a non-linear rate of growth, right? So I feel like hosting sessions like this, and writing blogs, putting out work that we do, speaking to interesting people, doing offline events, all of these provide crazy non-linear growth, and such things compound. So thank you all for joining on a Saturday morning. We will disturb every Saturday of your life going forward. And let's block this as Saturday 11 a.m. We already have next week's session planned out. So Rahul will be presenting on GitHub. Before I introduce the speaker for today, I just wanted to tell one more thing. We just closed off a super cool month wherein now our company is working on the most number of projects ever. We have the most number of people working in the company, and we moved into a new office. We finished and delivered 3 projects, got crazy number of users for another. We are starting another bunch of super cool projects. So I'd like all of you to write 2 emails today. One is our regular weekly update email, and then the second is write a monthly update email, wherein just split the email into 4 parts and say, hey, here's what I worked on week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And in the monthly update emails, you're given an opportunity to write about anything else apart from the work that you did. Here is something that I did, I liked it. Here is something that I didn't like, I want to improve. Here is something new that I want to work on. I need help in this. So keep it as long and as detailed as you'd like, but make sure you send in these both these emails by 5 p.m. today. Okay, so I would like all of you to welcome our first speaker for the Saturday 11 a.m. session, Mr. Punith Anand. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, so Punith is, I think, what I love about Punith is he's always smiling and he's always energetic, right? No matter what, I always tend to throw him into the blue and he'll figure out, he'll waddle out and figure out the solution, and that's what's fun about it. Punith discovered this new software called Posthog, which I think is super interesting, and we should adopt in all of our projects. Over to him, right?
So morning, guys. Thank you for being here. So I think you guys can see my screen, right? Yes, cool. So, yep. So today's topic is Posthog. So to begin with, so what exactly is Posthog? So Posthog is basically an all-in-one platform built for modern products, where the modern product teams, where the teams can analyze user behavior, track user analytics, all the main things. So the reason why this platform stands out in the market is because it is open source. It is open source, and it basically is free tier. So it is like the pricing is very less compared to any other tool or software in this domain. So that is what Posthog mainly focuses on. So now going to the advantage or what services Postdoc provides. So mainly the Postdoc platform provides real-time product analysis uh, and insights on web analytics, where it basically allows uh, it auto captures all the small details when a user enters your website, or clicks, page views, then what errors you are facing, what errors the user is facing. All minute details are being captured, and it's shown in a very well designed dashboard and session replays, which helps track user behavior from one point to from beginning to the end until the user is on the site. Then feature flags, which basically is something I didn't know. When Rahul introduced me to this, I was like, "What is this?" But when I understood the in-depth about feature flags, it's really helpful for us. Why it is, you'll get to know in the future slides. Testing, then error tracking. Error tracking is very good because from the in the front end, you'll never know what error the user will face unless it's a dev or whoever built the site. So error tracking is very helpful in this. Surveys is literally for each page you can integrate a survey or a feedback form where the users or uh, anyone who uses your platform or website can give a feedback on particular things, or it's very customizable. And data warehouse integration is the best part of data warehouse integration is you can link your Stripe platform, then you can see all the data with respect to payments, because payments is very important in any site which has Stripe integrated or any payment survey. So that is very helpful when we integrate data warehouse. So these are the services. So I'll walk you through each service one by one, and I'll give you a short demo also on that. So first we'll go to product analytics. Yes. So product analytics is the core feature of Posthog, where the Postdoc platform captures and visualizes user interactions. As you can see in this graph, you can see it's a weekly analysis or a report or a dashboard where it says it's based on certain parameters where this graph is being displayed. It's an area chart where it displays the number of visitors and other parameters accordingly. I'll just show you a small demo how it is being shown. Yep, here. So as you can see, this is the Postdoc platform where you can just click on product analytics and create new insights. So right now, this insight is where I've added 4 parameters. That is page view. Page view is nothing but right now you're on Right now we are on a Postdoc platform. So this is a page view right now. So this is considered as one user when he attempts or uses this page, as this is called page view. Then these are some other functions which are implemented: add question, feature flag, all those things. So based on total count for each parameter, you get a graph displayed here. So this is the weekly report where you can see the spike of the user visitors, user activity improving and gradually decreasing. Today, no one has used the site, so it's obviously null. So you can see uh, different visualizations, area chart, then bar chart. So you have a couple of cool UI designs here for the same. Then also you have a proper table view where it gives you total sum on which day how many people have visited this page, and how many times this button has clicked, feature flag is enabled, or this feature has been used by the uh, users on your platform. So product analytics it's basically gives you overview on what the user is being doing on your platform. So this is how you can use product analysis. And now we'll head to the second one. Yep, web analytics. So web analytics, it basically tracks each and every moment of the user on your site. It may be a rage click, it may be a soft click, it may be just a cursor movement from one place to another. It may be, for example, you can be inactive also. It'll track each and every moment. And as you can see in the screen, image here, the number of visitors in which page, in which path. So in the teachers route, 3 visitors were there, 11 views. Then, so what this bounce rate does is here. So basically, bounce rate means when a user or when a user visits your platform and doesn't perform any interaction with the site and just goes to the other page, or just exits the website. So that's called bounce rate. So during login, it's just one interaction. Apart from that, error tracking was something I was testing out. All this, you can see a detailed analysis or stats. So how many people viewed in mobile, how many people use desktop. You'll get in detailed analytics here. And I'll show you the same on Posthog right now. Yep. So you can see number of visitors, number of page views, number of sessions, and session duration, then the bounce rate. So when you scroll down here, yep, you can see with the end based on these are the stats, and from which browser they are using, then which OS. Or so it literally tracks each and everything. Also, this is so cool that which region of the world your website is being used most. So right now we are obviously we are using it. So this is where it's a cool UI for people, for the owners also. Then yep, then you get a proper display on error tracking, how many errors were there, where did it occur, to which users it occurred. Then session replay, obviously, it basically records the user activity. Then yes, so you get web or anything related to website where user performs any interaction with the website will be displayed here. So right now, I think it was on one day. We'll do it a week, and you'll see the difference on how many people visited. Not. Mm, oh, yep. We'll go ahead for the second, third services, which so this is my favorite one. So yesterday we were talking, me and Pradyum. So in this, we realized that who might be using this Posthog for example, your Instagram or any website we use. Who knows who is tracking us? We never knew this. Like the user will never know what is happening. So basically, what this session replay does is it records users' activity from the beginning till the end. So there are certain limitations on how this can be used. So session, what we usually think is when the user logs in, a session begins or something. No, that is not how Postdoc works. So the moment a user enters your site, the recording begins right at the time, and it'll be recording until either the user terminates the website and clears a tab, or stays inactive for a certain number of time. So after that, it automatically terminates itself and the recording stops. So this is very helpful for for tracking how user behaves from exactly, like we'll even know a minute detail on how where the user got stuck, so that we can improve the user experience from any page or any issue. We can just figure this out here. This is how session replay works, and you can see that. I'll just show you on the poster. Okay, we'll see that later. I think there's some net issue, but I'll show it to you later. So let's go ahead for the next one, feature flag. Yep, this is by far the best service which I've used in my website, in my project. So feature flags is nothing but For example, when you're building a new feature, you don't want the existing functionality or any other features to break. So even though it breaks, you don't need to go back to your code, comment out the required lines, or so it'll be very difficult for the developers to uh, sort the issue or fix the issue. So what we can do is we can just create a feature flag with the appropriate name, and we can just toggle it on or off. Should it be disabled or enabled to the user, and we can. It is very good for testing and rolling out features instantly. So I'll just give you a small demo. Yep, session replay. As you can see, 1 hour ago, someone has used it. So, and it is probably 59 minutes recorded. So, yep, you can see all the recordings here. Right now, I think there's some issue with my internet. Yep. So yes, you can see all the user moments. I think there's Vidya working on the front end. So she was working on UI changes. So you can see she was inactive for this much time. She is not performing anything. Also, I think we can track here where the user activity is more. So you can see active period. So this is very useful for tracking how the user is going through your site. Now I'll just show you feature flags. Yep. So before this, 1 second, I think. Yep. You can see teacher portal is this is my website where teachers use this. So teacher portal, we have, for example, you want to disable this feature because it is not working properly. So what the usual way we do is we just go to a code base. We try to comment out all the things. We try to do a very hectic procedure, but feature flags will ease your way in fixing this, or fixing the issue what you guys were facing. So we'll just toggle the teacher portal off so that the users will not be able to access that, and there will be no there will the existing site will have no issues. Yep, you can see teacher portal is not there right now. So basically, this doesn't break anything. It just doesn't allow. It's basically like we are showing what is required for the users. So there will be no issues in any sort of ways. So this is how feature flag work, and it is very helpful during creating new features or developing new ones. And you can literally create as many feature flags as required, even for minute details, like if you want this button to be invisible or this button is not working, we just have to remove it. We can just use that feature flag and work on that in the background. So I think this is what we need to work, like use this feature flag concept in our projects mainly. And now we'll go for the next service. Yep.
Puneet, just one small doubt. The flag, can it be done on a user level?
Yep,
Like,
you
can
can.
we?
Yes. Sorry. Yep. So when you go to the feature flag, there is a condition where you can set it. So roll out to 100% of the
Oh,
users in
okay.
this set. So you can just set it to either your email. I mean, any testing developers or any dev who only wants to test it. Only for them you can allow this feature to be visible, and for the rest of the other public users, it will not be visible. Only for the dev user, when he uses the website, it can be visible for only for them. So that is also possible. As you can see in the feature flag, you can see 100% of all users can see it. That's basically release conditions. You can fix this, and you can customize this, so that shouldn't be an issue when you want only certain number of users or only a certain tester or dev to be using this feature on the site. Does that
Got it.
clear to
Thank you.
this? Yes,
Yes, yes.
got it. So, yep, going on to the next one, error tracking and surveys. So, error tracking. Uh, in the front end, when we run the front end, we obviously sometimes wouldn't know what is the error. Obviously, we wouldn't know what error is happening in the user level. So we can set alerts. The best thing I remembered when I was working on error tracking is when Prajin gave me an example on Smaran on how he used an alert, like if anything goes wrong, it should like wake him up and fix the issue. So you can set alerts also, notifications also in error tracking.
Tell in more detail. Tell in more detail. Not everybody knows that. Okay.
I forgot that. Wait, that's right. I think during the load testing. Uh, Okay, I don't think I remember exactly, but I'll just give you guys a brief on that. So when Pradyun and Pradyun's team were working on Salar project, so they knew there would be I think they knew there would be some issue or some problem might happen. Even if it happens, it should be fixed immediately. So what Smaran did was, I mean, Smaran is one of the like cool devs. Like he knows literally everything from A to Z. So what he did was he set up a notification kind of thing on an alert system where if a small issue what they were they knew this would come up. When that comes up, he set a very like a siren size alarm or alert where it would wake him up instantly, and they could fix the error. He could fix the error. So I think that's just a small details I remember, but Prajin will tell you at the end. So that's what I remembered when when I was working on error tracking. So yeah, it automatically captures errors, and it can group it based on what error, exception, front end error, or any kind of error which we give it in the like assign it or create in the Postdoc dashboard. Integrated surveys is basically like to take feedback from the users. For example, if you're on your website and you can customize each and every website and integrate a survey or a feedback form for that. So that will be very helpful for the users or for us as the developers to know what the user is facing difficulty or what are the improvements we can do or suggestions. So surveys are basically uh, used for that. And next one is these two features I couldn't integrate or explore in my project. So it is basically testing. You can perform experiments, compare different variations of the product on how it is performing for certain users and certain users and other users. Then you can see all the analytics for both the product variants. So that is what we can do in testing. Data warehouse integration at the beginning, when I said you can sync your external data sources like Stripe, other things to give your product analytics. So when you buy, for example, in my website, we have integrated a Stripe payment where the user can buy a workbook and it gets delivered automatically to their email as a PDF. So we can track details and we can give a overview or create an insight on how how this is working. So this user finished first step, right, like giving details of the bank details, everything, but they were in dilemma. They just skipped the payment and they didn't want to do it. So you can track all those steps, each and every step. So uh, that is how we can use data. We can use data warehouse integration here. And now I'll tell you how we can implement Posthog or integrate Posthog to our existing projects. For A-lister, we can monitor the reseller activity from beginning to end. That is basically how the session replay works. And also, as Apurva mentioned, there are certain number of steps to performing a functionality or doing, I think, bulk upload, then enriching the listing, then validating whether it's right or wrong, then finishing the step. So that's basically a three-step process. So we can see at each step what the user is doing, how are they doing, why are they taking so long, or why are they finishing it so fast. So all those things we can track using session replays, also using this thing auto capture functionality, where each and every div element in the front end can be captured whatever the user is doing. So I think that'll be pretty helpful for A-lister. And the best part is what we can do. I mean, this is A-lister, like A-lister is basically for improving the listing quality, all those things. But when the user We can use this in Amazon also. Like whenever like a reseller or someone uses Shopper, we can integrate Posthog for seeing which categories mostly they use, because there might be a dashboard or an admin page where we record this, but the best part is you don't need to create anything. Posthog does everything. So you can see which categories. It's just simple 3 line code where you just capture which button is clicked or which category they are choosing. So it's a simple procedure. So I think that'll be very helpful to track how the resellers uh, choose which category they want to invest more or buy products or order products on Shopper. So that is how we can improve A-lister or anything related to e-commerce. WFX, uh, I think WFX, what we can do is there is there's a I remember when you upload a tech pack, you will be allowed to perform edits, all those things, or you'll be able to perform edits, search query, I mean search keywords based on keyword searching, all those things. So what we can do is, which for example, when the schema is added by by the user, we can indirectly tell whether if it's a right output we are getting or not based on number of edits. So whenever the user makes any edits to the existing PDF or tech pack, that says that indirectly says we can tell the output or whatever the landing AI gave the user would be not efficient enough or satisfactory enough for the user. So based on that, you can track number of editings, and obviously we can for any project we can use session replace for tracking user behavior. For Subi is a project which I worked on where we can use feature flags for using certain. Right now we have very complex feature, not complex features, unnecessary over. It is filled with features. We don't require some features. We can basically toggle it off, even though we don't need to completely dismantle the code and fix it. So feature flags work there. And I forgot A-lister. We can use feature flags where I think. What was that API thing at the last? It was you guys had mentioned it is coming soon, so we can do that when you guys are working on that. You can just use it for you guys, and you can leave it not working, or just you can just hide it for the other resellers. Then Z Omega, uh, what we can do in Z Omega is, as you can see, it's a RAG-based project where it gives insights on patient's details and other medical-related stuff. What we can improvise here is when you add a new feature called agent mode or MCP server mode for gathering more information or context for patient details or regarding any disease or something. For example, during testing you can use feature flags if you want to use agent mode while you are still working on it. So feature flags can be used here. And then you can also monitor number of API calls per session, what is happening. So a user when he comes to the site and performs chats or any number of API calls can be monitored using web, and it will be displayed on the web analytics dashboard. So this is how we can integrate to our project. And finally, you can see why we should use Posthog is, why not? It's because you can literally track anything from one end to another end without compromising on privacy or pricing or switching from one platform to another, because every product managing features what the management teams require is present in Posthog, and it's the pricing is very less compared to other competitors in this market. For example, Datadog, which is what I come out like looked at, which literally it does provide product analytics, but it is not an all-in-one platform where you guys can use everything. So I prefer I don't prefer. I insist everyone to integrate Posthog to their projects so that it'll be helpful for us as the developers or as a company to improve user experience and yeah, make money. Cool. Thank you.
Cool. Super good.
Yep. Thank you.
Very,
Thank
very
you.
nice. Whoa.
Yeah.
How does that thing work? Crazy.
Yep. Any
Thanks.
questions, guys?
Now open the floor for questions.
Yes.
Uh, just a simple question: how is it different from Microsoft Clarity and Google Analytics?
Yep. Google Analytics. It doesn't. How do I tell you? It doesn't. It is. You cannot. It's basically like privacy friendly. Unlike Google, there is very less cookie settings. All those things. With respect to privacy, Postdoc is preferred over Google Analytics or anything in that domain.
And Microsoft Clarity?
Microsoft Clarity, I didn't come across that, but I'll let you know once I come across that, and I'll give you a insight on that, why it is, and the comparison between them.
Yeah.
I have a question. Can I? So we like this is an add-on on what Tejas asked.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm rolling out a feature.
Mm-hmm.
How do I select like a very specific set of users that I want to roll it out to?
Okay. You mean like basically user role-based access control, something similar to that, right?
Not even role-based. Like if I say I'm launching this site, I want only people in Mysore between the age of 18 and 25 to use it. Is that level of?
I don't think that much level of granularity on customizing the feature flags is possible, but based on I think I'll just see 1 second.
So I'll tell you why I ask. I have something.
You can set conditions, right? So
Yeah.
when you wait, you can set conditions based on your use cases. So mostly right now, as you saw, I had given release conditions for 100% of all users who can see the features, or whatever we do, it'll be visible for them. So I think you can. So basically, when you're testing, Postdoc is basically not for like publicly you can make it available for everyone at the same time, but rather testing it first on your site. Like you'll roll out a feature, but you just want to test it on your internal people. You can just set their emails. You can just set their emails to whom this should be visible or who can access this. I think that is possible, but as you asked, like fine granularity of too much customization or setting filter that only this people from this region should access, I don't think that is possible. That much fine level is
Okay.
achievable.
So I don't know. We'll look it up. But
Yep.
the reason why I asked is I spent like 4 hours with like an SD2 from Zomato around a month back.
Okay.
I was in Gurgaon, no?
Mm-hmm.
So they work on some super cool things like this, where Zomato does 400,000 orders a day, something like that. Okay, insane, 500,000 orders a day. And what they do is all the development teams are just 2-3 people. They have no testers in the whole company. Nobody tests
In
any
Zomato.
features. Yeah. Okay. So they have a product, like every team a product manager will work with 3 developer teams. Every team will have just 2-3 people, and every day morning they say, okay, let's build this today. And they are in office, they build it the whole day. In the night, between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is when they do public releases.
Okay.
Every day they deploy whatever they have built. Okay. The fascinating thing about this was, so they'll start working on a new feature. They'll implement a small set of this new feature. Like suppose they want to do this order bundling. You're ordering from 2-3 restaurants and you want to get it together. So what they will do is, a product manager will think, okay, this is a feature to build. They'll be like, okay, let's build this over the next 2 weeks. They don't do any sprint more than 2 weeks. In fact, they try and finish it within 4 days. So they get up in the morning, they'll start building. Any progress on the build, they will deploy that day only, first day when they start. And what they do is, he showed me this. Okay, he's like, when I built, he was doing a deployment that day when I was there, and I was there at 10 p.m. They all get on call, and he's like, he deployed it to riders from one particular pin code in Mumbai. Some feature like that, and only that set of users were able to use that feature. Okay, and they'll just extensively track what is happening for one day until the next day. They'll track all the orders, they'll track how the feature responses, and then the next day they'll pick the same feature again. They'll roll it out to little more people by making improvements on it.
I think
they roll it out to more and more.
When you mentioned location-wise, so obviously Posthog also tracks your location. Like whatever, for example, when you click a button, also it tracks your location, your browser, your OS, everything, literally everything. Location also, latitude and longitude, you get the details of that also. But when you're trying to implement the feature, what I came across in Posthog was I don't think we can set, to my knowledge as of now, I don't think we can set it based on that conditions. But I think that, I don't know how Zomato is using, but mostly in Posthog, I don't think it's that much level of granularity of filtering or releasing, rolling out features for that region or however you specified.
I just googled, there is something Geo IP. We'll check it out.
Yep, in Posthog itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Geo IP you can set. Cool. Apurva said send something.
Yes, I did see. Captures all user activities. It mostly gives heat maps and can only get stats on button clicks, page views, and click percentages. Also, most features of Microsoft Clarity are around marketing. Yes. Also, Google Analytics is mostly marketing based. Now that I remember, yes, Google Analytics is mostly focused on marketing or advertisements, but Posthog is mostly tech related.
So I have one. I'm very excited for A-Lister and Posthog because we really want to know what each user is doing, why they're doing something. But in a week's time, we are launching the Kantara site. And we very conservatively think 1 million people will come. So for that, Posthog will be like crazy because every button, every session, we can figure out why forms are dropping, why people are stopping, and we can do bunch of cool things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Session replay is fine, but my one concern is, does it impact user experience? What I mean by that is, session replay andre record agutte, correct alva? It records the session, what the user is doing. So that means from the user, the events have to be published to the Posthog, no?
Yes. So whatever activity is going on the user side, everything will be sent as an event to the Posthog, and that's how it gets it triggers each and every analytics or stats what you see in your dashboard, Postdoc dashboard, or product analytics dashboard, or web analytics dashboard, even saying errors or anything related to that. It's like an event. Whatever happens, it's like an event. It sends one event. It gets recorded in Postdoc. Then that's how you get your insights on anything from the user side.
My concern is this comes at the data expense. If user is spending, because recording a session is expensive, 50-minute video on the
Yep.
check once how much, what is the size of that video, because user will be having this thing, ki, "Arey, I'm opening a teacher portal, how much data I might spend off? Very less. Expectation will be less, but they won't be knowing the background things, and then they should be like, why did so much data go away while I'm using this website? Is that a concern? That just popped into my head.
About the data storage?
Not the storage, the data spent by the user. Because if everything is recorded from the user as in this means, that has to be published to some server, no? So data, user's data is going there. You get my point?
Yes, I'm understanding.
So we need to see that once, like even for a 1 hour video, only 1 hour, even for a 1 minute record, how much data does it spend? And that will be equal to the storage of the video. How much, if you think about it.
I don't know how we can see the storage of the video.
We need to figure that out, because if you open a simple static site, it should load immediately. It will load, but when the user starts using it, because it is being recorded, the app that has to be functional, that should not slow down. We need to look into that once.
Yes, we'll see that.
Yeah, that was my only concern.
Okay. Like user behavior, like how they're using the site platform.
Yes.
You also have stats, no? Like how many clicks are being done, which page is viewed most, how much time is spent on each page. Then you can see each step when you integrate Postdoc for each component in your front end. You will see it capture whatever it requires, like if a button is clicked or if the page view if they're staying as static in a certain page or moving any cursor movement is happening or any small detail, everything will be recorded. But it is not grouped together as a user behavior, but it is split into different services or features such as product analytics, also web analytics. Session replays is basically, it's like a visual way for session this thing replays. But it's not like, as you told it, yes, it'll be time consuming, but you'll have other services also which helps you understand user behavior properly other than session recordings or replays. Did it clear your doubt, Harita? Won't it be a violating privacy of the user if we do that? Only for the Alaiy team. That's what you're trying to tell, Prakash.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it like giving the future employees more context on how it was used or what were the features previously, or for what reason we are trying to?
Just like for learning access, just to like get a sense of the culture.
Okay.
Yeah. Or what kind of tools the like we use internally.
Correct.
Cool, folks. Any other doubts, questions? Words of praise for Punith.
Amit, I can't hear you clap. I can see you.
Good one.
Say this. Same.
Only sounds and visuals allowed.
No, I think great initiative. That was what I was also talking with Prabjan last time. There are some systems that we need to bring in place, be it like using more and more tools, testing standards, better way of handling GitHub. So yeah, great initiative. Yeah. Now I'm super excited to take a session as well. Let's see.
It should be machine learning.
Yeah, that we can see later.
Hey.
Yeah, but I think with respect to the tool, immediately we can think of a lot of uses, especially for the topics, for the projects that I'm part of. One is obviously like Punith mentioned, WFX.
Yeah, for e-commerce, it'll be very good way of tracking detail, like minute details of the user or the resellers.
Yeah, and the other thing is WFX. Yeah, we'll if we plan into having like a feedback loop or whatever, and we're now the biggest issue we are facing is we're not able to understand or calculate the accuracy. That is because we don't have a validation metrics or our input data and a proper output to compare. So in the review screen, if we're able to capture how many times the user has changed, how many times he has added a material and whatnot, I think we'll get a better hang of the metrics. So yeah, the tool is amazing. Let's all try to use it in the right way.
No, try. You have to.
Okay.
Also, can we like track user journey across different sessions? Like, suppose if I visited the site today and I visit again
Good question.
tomorrow.
Yes, definitely. So, for example, as a user, you are using a MacBook or any laptop.
So
Each laptop, yes, the device will have a user ID or something. So anytime you log in, anytime you use the website, it automatically takes the ID of that particular user. Also, you can also set profiles where this user ID is Prakash, this user ID is Pradyum. So next time when the user uses the site, it doesn't show you what do you say the user ID, because it'll be difficult for you to see which user visited or what. But based on naming convention, it'll be very helpful to filter out who used when, what time, all this.
Suppose say I'm using from different Wi-Fi's across different days. Then from office, sometimes from home. Then
yes. See, one thing is it'll also record this thing, the device ID. So I don't think the network matters, but the device what you're using matters. Here, I think I'll just show you how it is happening. 1 second. Is my internet bad? I am not able to load Posthog itself.
Do you think Posthog will have Posthog on their site?
I can't see you cry, Amit. You're laughing. Yeah, so Prakash, you can see, this is just something Classroom.io, which with another team. So they have integrated the Postdoc to their site. So basically, the students take tests on their platform. So that is what it is being recorded here. I think in session replays, you can see based on email ID or name, you can see who has visited when you can track those using naming convention itself rather than random random naming convention. I don't know for what reason it's taking so much time.
Yeah, I think a very interesting thing is all these recordings must be heavy. Like, and to store them also, it would take a lot of space. Wonder how they store it. Okay, guys, I wanted to continue being on this call. You can stay here next half an hour. Unfortunately, I have one more call to join. I think this was a fantastic initiative. Punith did a great job. Posthog is something very interesting, exciting. And as he mentioned, we must implement it. What we realized is starting something new is easy, but continuing it and seeing through is more difficult, right? So everybody who takes a session on Saturday is now responsible that whatever they presented on is adopted across the company within the next 1 week. So you're responsible to integrate Posthog in your own projects, but more so Punith is responsible to make sure that happens.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I will be, you can stick around here, ask more questions. I would highly encourage having conversations on how Posthog can be integrated in your own sites. Punith can help out. I have to join that call, but otherwise, kudos, thank you, see you, good job.
Bye bye.
Prakash Akshita join me. It's a UI UX call for Kanta.
Yeah.
Okay.